Hello. Now I will be redoing the project session so that you can rewatch it and you can actually follow the way. Those who have not did the project session. Okay. So somebody needed the recordings. So yeah. So I will be beginning from the start and we will explain step by step how to proceed with the project session. Okay. So you might have got this prerequisite book and also a setup. Okay. So there is a classroom which I have made, or guys may have joined that, right? So in Google Classroom, there I have given all those setup video, also the PDF which was needed. Right? This is a setup video. Uh, it is like 9 minutes, and maybe it will take less. It depends on your PC. So it had actually explained step by step how to proceed. Okay. I may explain it again now also. Okay, no problem. And then you have received this PDF, right? So I will be beginning with doing the environment setup. So it's the thing is, now we have received this, right? This PDF you might have in hand. Now we will follow through it step by step. See this. First, we have to download the Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator is a toolkit which all the data scientists, all machine learning people do use. Okay, it's a very powerful uh, pro project manager tool. Okay, so how you have to go to this? First, we have to go to this link. This link is anaconda.com/product/individual. So if you have your Windows PC, then please you just click download here. And what is this is it will download, it will give you download a exe file which is 510 MB. So it depends on your PC whether it will download it fast or slow. So that's why I didn't do this whole thing in the project session, the actual 23rd on Sunday. I didn't do because it will take time. I will lose some precious time of project session. So after downloading it, you will just run fine. Okay, run it just as you do in your after downloading anything. You just download it and run it, right? Same thing. And after installation, you just go to here, start, and go for Anaconda Prompt. Anaconda Prompt. You can see this Anaconda Prompt. We need this, okay, the entire time, and you don't want to close this thing. Never close this, okay, never close this, or else your project session kernel will just go off and you won't be able to run any code. Okay, this is important. Now I will explain why I am making a new environment. Okay, some give time. So why we need an environment. Now see. Okay. Now what you want to do, right? See, now here you can see there is a base. Okay, so you will know that you are in a base environment. Base environment means by default you are in base environment. Now what happens here, you have to create another environment, which for as of now we will keep it as action detection. Okay, this environment will keep. Now why we are keeping those environments, separate environment? If I'm making some other project, let's suppose some basic, some advanced project like object detection. So I will make another one. Okay, so it won't be here. Now why I will explain. In base class, why I'm separating it out, because some of the base class itself, we have some of the packages already. Okay, which may disturb this project, which may disturb because I don't need these packages. I need some other packages. So that's why I'm creating another environment. So there only I will keep it my own environment. I will install my own environment. So it won't clash. There is no clash here. So that's why I'm making a separate environment, whereas there would be all those packages installed, which I needed. Now I need OpenCV here. OpenCV Python. Okay. And TensorFlow. I needed this in this project. So that's why I will be making another environment. Okay, you got it. Now, let's start with doing the same. Let's go here. So this is every damn command which you need to write on here is already given in this video. So just follow it. Okay, just follow it. You just have to copy and paste, and just have some patience, because it will depend on the computer whether it will be fast or slow. Okay, so you can also pause this video so that you will go through each and every step very smoothly. Okay, now what we are going to do is creating an environment. Creating an environment, here is a command which we need. So go to Notepad, paste it. Now I want to explain like what this means. This is Anaconda Prompt, right? This here, the black color thing. Okay, that this screen, this prompt is Anaconda Prompt. Now many just think as that like Anaconda has a pet name which is called Conda. Now I'm asking Conda to create an environment name action detection. Okay, action detection is the name of the environment. Now even if I want to activate my environment, so I will use this name only, not other name. Okay, or else it will activate some other environment. So I will use this environment only. Then afterwards, I will prerequisite, I will install this Python version, so 3.6.13. I need 3.6.13 only, because if some other Python version I install, then at that time the packages which we installing later on, it will have some issue, conflict issue. So that's why 3.6.13 is the most recommended. Okay. So what we will do is we just select all copy, and I just paste it here. Okay. Now I will just proceed with yes. It will take some time, but please be patient. Just don't close it off. Otherwise, everything will stop. Okay. So yeah, these are other packages. Dependencies will also get installed. Don't worry. It will get automatically. Now we have to proceed, right? Proceed is yes or no. So we have to press Y and just enter. Okay, there is some error. No issue, nothing to worry. I will just rerun the same command again, and it will work for sure. Okay, now see, you can see that all those transactions, everything installation is done. Now I need to activate my action detection. Why we need to activate? Because else it will be in the base command only. So it is now in base command, base environment, sorry, base environment. Now I want to shift this thing here. I need to go from here to here. So what I'm going to do, Honda activate the environment name which I need. So I need this action detection. So from base class, it will go to action detection. Okay. So I will do Honda. Here also it is given. Okay. Honda activate action detection. The same thing we have to write. Honda activate action right? See, you can observe that from base class, it have actually arrived to action detection environment. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to change the path. We have to change the path. Now the thing is you have to download this thing from the Google Classroom. Google Classroom, you have to download something which I told you to download. It's the project code, so that you can actually smoothly run video. This thing you have to unzip it. You know how to unzip? You know how to unzip? Just you have to go here. You have to first download this thing. Okay, this is a zip file. You have to unzip it. Unzip it in sense how to do, you know, right? Let me show you some zip file maybe I have. After you do this thing, there is some option called extract here. So you have to click it. Then afterwards you will be able to extract these files. So I need this part. I need this part. Okay, I will copy this part itself. I will copy this part itself. Now what to do you need? First I will reset the file path. First I will reset the file path. Now how to do resetting? cd slash. If I have my project directory in D drive, so at this time you have to type D colon. Okay, so now it will be directed to D path, right? But I have my thing on C drive, right? So I will put C colon. Now I will type CD and paste that part which I need. Okay, so it will just go on that part. So I need to instruct, I will to tell the Anaconda prompt that please Anaconda just change my directory here from here to here so that I can access my project. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to install this whole thing. These packages are more important. Okay, so go here. Now let me show you what I did. Okay, this is like giving extra space. So just remove that space so it should come in one line. So now copy this. I will explain. This is quick install. We have to install these packages, these many packages which we need. So we are doing just install. Now press enter. Now it will take a lot of time. I will just pause myself. Come back. Okay, you can see uh, these all packages have been installed. Now I will go and run this particular command. Now what this will do, it will just quick install Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so I will just paste this. Okay. Ni fix install space install. It's already there. Let me check. There is a thing which I'm mistaken. There's the column. Because while doing this one, while doing this is the actual command, right? This is the actual command. This is the actual command, right? I just put column here, and that actually went wrong. So first we have to remove anything. So the first thing we can is web install. It will take time a minute. We'll pause for a minute and come back. Now you can see that even Jupyter Notebook has been installed. So what we will do is we have just changed the path, right? Now we will write Jupyter Notebook. Just click enter, and you will be directed to the Jupyter Notebook. Now we start with Tensorflow. But at first, I need to explain something. Okay. While we are using deep learning in our project. Yesterday means the last class, the last session was of machine learning. So why now we are using deep learning? Okay, so we will see why we are using. So contrary to what we were using as a machine learning was on trend in 1970s. Okay, but at that time also, the data was also low. No? It was very quite low. It was not as big as today's data. Today's data is like what? Even now, I'm creating data. This video conferencing is also converted to a data. So at that time, at 1970s, the data was very quite low. So at that time, machine learning was most appropriate option to use. But as time passes, the performance as the amount of data was increasing day by day, the performance was stagnant. Stagnant in sense it was not getting improved. नहीं बढ़ रहा था. It was did not improve. So that means it was stagnant. Now after this happened, there wasn't a kind of discovery and a invention, both of them, okay, called deep learning. Deep learning. This deep learning is needed, was being needed, because what happened is it was observed that like the amount of data is increasing, the accuracy also increases. Okay, the performance also increased. The models which use deep learning. So that's why deep learning came under play. But what is the functional difference? Functional difference between machine learning and deep learning. Let us see that. See, this is cat and dog, right? Now, in machine learning, I actually need to explain how a cat's ear looks like and how dog's ears looks like. How cat eyes are and how dog's eyes are. How nose of a cat is and how nose of a dog is. I need to explain each and everything. Like see the ears are pointed. Okay, see the ears are blunt. So that way. Okay, that everything is called feature extraction. Feature extraction means in cat case, cat ka feature batana, extraction. Okay, so this thing, and in dog case also. So this in machine learning, no, feature extraction was very manual. Okay, but in deep learning, this feature extraction is automatic. Okay, there is another another method which is involved while doing the deep learning and machine learning thing, which is called classification. Now I need to know that whether this image is a cat or a dog. Okay, so that is done by classification. The process is called classification. So even this is included. Now, if I'm separating machine learning and deep learning, so what is the difference? Feature extraction, classification. Feature extraction plus classification. You get it? I will change the color also. So here, this thing, feature extraction in machine learning, it's manual. You can see a person is sitting down and doing it. Okay, and here the classification is done afterwards by the algorithm which we put. Okay, then afterwards we will get to know whether it's a cat or a dog. So first it will go for feature extraction, which in machine learning we have to do manually. Then it will go to the classification by using some algos which we mentioned in machine learning. Afterwards, then it will classify. Okay, but in deep learning, no, this feature extraction and classification both are done automatically. That's the beauty of deep learning. It uses neural networks. I will explain later what is neural network, and it's doing all the things automatically. Okay, and it is recognizing in patterns. Now, in the case of cat and dog, no, these patterns are already recognized by deep learning. Automatically, it will recognize all that patterns which you need. Okay, so that's why for these large data sets, deep learning is used. So in difference, what we will write, just someone says like, what is the difference between machine learning and deep learning? Data set volume is quite low in machine learning. Okay, it will work good, but the thing is the scope is not high. Data set volume in deep learning is needed much higher data needed. Okay, implementations in data, how they implement it, we use machine learning algorithms. Okay, here we use neural networks. Average training time quite low, like it will take hours max, but here it's quite high. One image data which is like coconut, I guess, maybe if I'm not wrong, several weeks takes several weeks to get trained. It is computational resources also. Computational resources means in deep learning we need GPU. Gaming we use, right? GPU, graphic processing unit. So here we don't need, so it is very limited. Nothing to use. Nothing has the computational resources. Okay. Implementation cost is quite low here. because there is no GPU and just anyone can do it on PC. But here, quite high. Cost is quite high, costly. Okay. Now we will learn what is neural network. In deep learning, we say no, we use neural network. So what is it? I will change the color so that you can this invisible. Now the first layer is always the input layer, and the last layer is always the output layer. You can see here, right? Input layer, output layer. And what is inside is always hidden layer. This is understood? Okay, this is a simple architecture. Now I will proceed. What is TensorFlow? What is TensorFlow? Okay. We are using TensorFlow, right? We did pip install TensorFlow. So why we did that? Why we need TensorFlow? First, I will explain what is TensorFlow. What is Tensor? Okay, what is TensorFlow? Now see, I'm taking 4 examples. This what we say the single digit. It is scalar. The list which we have in the last session where Neha had explained in data statistics, where we have used list now for in Python itself. We are writing some numbers, comma, numbers, comma, number, comma. So what is this called? Here in TensorFlow, it is called vector. Okay, list vector. We call it vector. Then guess what is this? You have seen in 11th and 12th, you know, right? This is matrix. Okay. Now what is this now? This is actually tensors. I'll explain now. See, what happens is this has 0 dimension, 0 rank. Okay. This has 1 rank. 1 rank means it is 1 dimensional. Okay. Now this is 2 dimensional, right? X and Y. So the rank is 2. This is in its 3rd rank. It is multidimensional. So that's why we call TensorFlow as multidimensional array, working with multidimensional array. Okay. If I have the image also, I will explain how it is going. I will explain how it is going. Okay. If I have the image with me. So if I'm taking this image, right? See here. So I explain what is vector, I explain what is matrix. Now what is tensors? See, 64 units, 0 to 63. These are all arranged in a line, single thing. Okay, you get it? This way I have explained. This is rank 1. The same 64 is kept in 8 into 8. 8 into 8. Here 8 and here 8. This is called a matrix. You get it? The same data is taken in another dimension. So this is 1 dimensional. This is like 2 dimensional. Now what is this? This is 3 dimensional, right? 3 dimensional. So this is actually called tensors. Tensors are actually multi-dimensional array. This is having the rank of 3. So see, the same 64, here it was converted 8 into 8 and here it is converted to 4 into 4 into 4. Okay, you get this? So I will close this. I will come back to our TensorFlow. So why we use TensorFlow? Why we use In short, why we use multidimensional array? Why use multidimensional array? Because we have to do high computations, high mathematical computation. Computation means calculations. Okay, we need to use that. So that's why I'm taking two of the, like for example, if I'm taking two units, okay, two units, each having value this. If I'm multiplying it, then we are getting this computation, right? 5 into 2, 7 into 3, 10 into 21. This you are getting, right? So this way we have many computations, but in the TensorFlow case, it is a lot high computation because it is arranging. It is arranging what? It is arranging an image into an array. So that's why image also has RGB, right? Three-dimensional. Get it? So when it is coming to array, it is not simple and it's actually tensors which handle. So that's why we are using TensorFlow. Okay. Now we will see what is OpenCV. OpenCV is computer vision, primary package between computer vision. Computer is watching. Okay, this way. Now this is important, right? Now OpenCV, I mean it is computer vision, which means it is taking frames from a webcam, from our webcam or from our camera, and it converts into frames or images. This is the main role of OpenCV. Now later what it does is, now this is important, this MediaPipe Holistic and drawing because it's important in the project, so that's why I'm explaining it now also. So this camera, these are the frames which we took, it has some object, it has some person image. What we'll do is, it will go through MediaPipe Holistic. Now here in MediaPipe Holistic, right, it will just track, where are its body parts, where are his hands, okay, where is our legs, where are his shoulders, where is his face के example में it will see where is our eyes. Okay, you might have watched it in a session, so it will track it. Okay, it will just come under where it is, right? We will say no. Situating, locating this holistic. What will happen here is drawing utils में it will go drawing utils में it will actually draw the lines to make us visible. What is it? Okay, these are his eyes, these are his nose, these are his mouth. Okay, this way it happens. Get it? Now proceeding. Now this is the LSTM. I will explain later when we are doing the project session. Okay, so now we will go and have some hands-on on our code. Now in code itself, we have opened the Jupyter. Please don't remove this. Please don't close it. Okay, keep it as well. Now this is the Tensorflow Basics book which we have from here. We are taking it from here. Now I will explain why we are using pandas. Pandas is not an animal, it's a package which is used for data frame. Sorry, which we use for data frame managing. Now we are using this data frames, right? These are CSV or Excel data. So if ever we have to use Excel or CSV file, then we have to import pandas. So here we are installing it first. Then we are calling pandas as PD, like a nickname. Okay. Now, while we are using sklearn, train test split, what is it? So it's a very big concept. Now, what happens is, the model which we use, model which we want to build at last. This is the final result. Okay. If you see at any college, okay, any college, What the college people need, college people want, they actually want eligible candidate. Okay. Now, what they return, what they promise to return, what they promise to return, a job oriented or a career oriented candidate. Okay, career oriented candidate, for example. Now, for that, he needs to go through all these processes, right? A student needs to go to 8 sem. Okay, and we have how many internals? 16 internals, right? 16 internals or so, maybe. Viva, external, practice. Okay, these all we have to go through every time, every engineer student. So we want this process to happen, right? Then afterwards only we are converted into eligible candidate, the career oriented candidate. So what happened here also is model has to go through several processes, some many processes. Okay, and that actually includes exams. For that, for exams, even student needs to study, so model also needs to study, also wants to get trained. Okay, also want to get trained. So what happens is the model needs to study in data set. I'm afraid if there is no, okay, there is some shake up here. Okay, so data set, how it looks like this. In student life, it is the syllabus or question bank, you can say. Question bank. Now what happens is the person who is referring this is a student, right? Now what happens is the teacher himself give only certain part of data to consume, certain part of data only, not all, only certain part of data. The remaining next is given for test. This is given for preparation, for training, and this is only given for test. Okay, so what happens is I will let you know by the churn data set. In churn data set, no, the everything is in yes or no. Yes or no. These all rows are independent and these are dependent. Okay, get it? Now see, I will explain how it goes. What is train and data set? I will explain first. Now, train and data set means some amount of data, model needs to study, right? So that's why we use train data set. It is that data set is called train data set. Apart from the train data set, anything is left that is taken as test data set. This is understandable. Okay, this thing I will explain now. So we have churn data, right? We have churn data. I guess in the last project session, we had explained the churn data itself, but let me explain it again because some people have not actually joined that previous session. Okay, so what happens is, this is a churn data. Now you can see there is a customer ID, gender, senior citizen, partner, dependent, tenure, phone, everything. At the last, we have the churn data, which is yes or no. Yes or no. Okay. These are yes or no survey. So this is what we want. This is what we want, and this is already given. Okay. I mean, this what the model wants to remember or wants to understand, and this is the question bank which the model had got. Okay. So let me explain by it. Now what I mean by dependent and independent features. If I'm getting a data set, okay, of the students of 21, 22, okay, first year students ka marks, okay, I'm getting it. And I want to display, I want to predict, I want to like give a result whether he is passing or failing. Okay, passing or failing. So what we will do is, I will get some roll number, okay, the marks of a marks person, that M1 ka, M2 ka, physics ka, okay, chem ka. We will get the marks, okay. Now I want to know whether he is pass or fail. Just tell me one thing. Is there any role of roll number कि roll number 1, 3, 5 ही pass होगा? No, right? How we can actually depend on roll number now? ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है ना कि 2, 4 कुछ भी रहेगा, 6 रहेगा, उन लोग सब फेल है, and 1, 3 odd numbers are pass. ऐसा कुछ तो होता नहीं है, right? So there is no use of including this वाला section. Or else ये मॉडल को यही गलतफहमी होता है कि रो नंबर से ही पास फेल करना पड़ता है. Okay, so we have to remove this. ये नहीं चलेगा. We have to remove this roll number या customer ID ऐसा कुछ रहता है ना. We have to remove it from our data set only. Now what is remaining is this the subject marks. और ये subject marks ना, इसके through we will know ना whether he is pass or fail. So this is what? This is independent. This is independent. And this is dependent क्योंकि इससे ये जानने को ये सब चाहिए. So ये ना dependent, ये dependent है. Okay, and these all are independent. You get it? ऐसा. Now I will explain what is happening. Churn data set में ना, first we will divide. Dependent and independent. Divide करेंगे अभी. Okay, we are getting this data set. तो हम लोग जो churn का है ना, churn yes or no, that we will separate करेंगे. And यहाँ पे जो customer ID है, right, customer ID, उसको remove कर देंगे, नहीं चाहिए. Why we don't need it. Okay, तो ये है हमारा independent and this is dependent. Get it? तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे पता है? This independent को I will keep it as x and this dependent को I will keep it as y. Simple. Okay. I will always say x and here this dependent को I will say y. Okay. Now I will explain what is happening. अभी हम लोगों को वो independent और dependent का भी divide करना है. We have to divide in sense of independent and dependent. And also we have to divide it in parts of train and test. Okay. Draw the data set again. अभी क्या होगा? This we know. This we know. This is x and this is y, right? अभी क्या करेंगे? We will keep some ratio, 80-20 ratio. 80% जो है ना, it will be train. And जो 20% है, वो है test. 80-20. Okay. So what this complete this ये एरिया को हम क्या बोलेंगे? एक्सट्रीम. Okay. और ये एरिया को हम क्या बोलेंगे? वाई ट्रेन. वाई ट्रेन, एक्स ट्रेन. ओके, यहाँ पे ये एरिया को क्या बोलेंगे हम लोग? एक्स टेक्स्ट. और ये एरिया को क्या बोलेंगे, वाई टेस्ट। अभी ये बताती हूँ तो अगर मॉडल को वी आर गिविंग दिस डेटा, डेटा सिर्फ इतना, हाँ ट्रेनिंग डेटा, इससे उसको बोलेंगे कि ये पढ़ो, ये वाला डेटा सेट पढ़ो जो ट्रेनिंग में दिया है, ये सब देखना नहीं है। दिस एक्चुअली इज विद टीचर, वो टीचर के पास है। अभी ये जो मॉडल है ना ये सब पढ़ेगा, इट विल नो हाउ हाउ टू क्या है लिखा है, सब क्वेश्चन बैंक सब पढ़ेगा। अभी क्या होगा ना, एट द डे ऑफ एग्जाम he will be receiving this the question paper, लेकिन ये रिसीव नहीं होगा उसको, अरे आंसर दिया तो हाउ ही विल राइट, एग्जाम का मतलब ही क्या है। सो क्वेश्चन पेपर लेगा और ही विल राइट हिज आंसर, खुद का आंसर लिखेगा इसमें, ओके। और वो टीचर ना इसका आंसर लेगा, इसका आंसर लेगा, वाई हैट लेगा, और ये वाई टेस्ट लेगा, ये इसका तो आंसर की है ना, ये तो 100% राइट है, राइट। ये लेगा, देन टू कंपेयर। अभी क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 में इसने क्या लिखा है 1, लेकिन ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 में इसने लिखा है 2, फिर रॉन्ग हुआ, तो वो 100 से कम होगा, मतलब 80 या 90 पर आएगा। ऐसा वो चेक करते हैं आजू बाजू देख के, समझा, ऐसा हो रहा है। इफ यू वांट टू क्लिक एंड स्क्रीनशॉट देन यू कैन क्लिक, स्क्रीनशॉट लिया तो लियो इसका, देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन, ओके। Pause it and take a screenshot. Abhi, I will move forward. How to import, where from where to import it. There is a library called sklearn. एक अच्छा वेबसाइट है skykitlearn.org. When if ever you are new to data science and AI machine learning, so you should go through this. Okay, from classification to model selection, every damn thing is given in detail. If I'm taking, for example, for simple in case, I'm taking retraction में SVR, no? It will give detailed information about everything. How the code itself they are giving proceeding it. If you ever want to learn machine learning AI, just go to this. It is a very nice asset which you have. I may have give this links and all in the description maybe, but you know, right? This is how we have to go through every damn thing, every damn thing. This is actually the process which undergoes in SVR, support vector version, support vector classification. Okay, so you will know कैसा होता है, okay. So this is a great API also. So from that we are actually importing train and test data from here also. Okay, we will run this. We take little time. Pandas import हो रहा है. ओके, हो गया, राइट। नाउ व्हाट वी विल डू इज, पैंडा से बोलते हैं कि रीड करने को व्हाट वी हैव churn csv, we have churn csv का file here, right? We just saw we have to keep, we have to show this whole data set here यहाँ पे in this Jupyter notebook. So we are asking actually pandas to read csv, read a csv file. Okay, just shift enter again, so you will actually see the whole data set coming out of it. Now why we are, what is this dummy variable get dummies? Okay, what will have, what is happening is, I will say, take the example of this gender column. The gender column, if I'm taking gender column, right, if I'm using gender column, taking gender column, इसमें है मेल है, फीमेल है, फीमेल है, ओके। अभी क्या होगा, मॉडल is not able to understand ये वाला डेटा सेट है, सब मेल फीमेल करके नहीं समझेगा उसको, समझा। मेल फीमेल करेंगे ना, उसको नहीं समझता है। इसको कैसे समझते पता है, ऐसे सर्किट का जैसे ड्रॉ करने लगते हैं, जेंडर मेल, और दो हम लोग क्लासिफिकेशन बनाएंगे इसका, जेंडर फीमेल। अगर मुझे अभी मेल लिखना है ना, तो मेल को 1 करेगा और जेंडर को 0 करेगा। दिस इज हाउ द मॉडल लर्न्स। ऐसा नहीं समझ में आता है उसको, दिस इज अ मशीन, इट विल ओनली नोज 1 एंड 0। ओके, ऐसे ही समझ में आता है टीचर के साथ, न्यूमेरिकल में समझ में आता है, ऐसा कैटेगरिकल में नहीं समझ में आता है। सो दैट्स व्हाई वी आर एक्चुअली कीपिंग, अभी मेल रहेगा तो इट विल बी जेंडर मेल को 1 एंड इसको 0। अभी फीमेल किया तो क्या करेगा, मेल को 0 करेगा और फीमेल को 1 करेगा। फीमेल को वापस से चेंज करना है तो 0 1, मेल को 1 0, ऐसा करेगा। ये तो एक में कर में बता रही है, एक फीचर में बता रही है, तेरा लॉर्ड तेरा सीनियर सिटीजन ऐसा करके है। इट इज यस और नो अगेन, तो यस पे 1 करेगा, नो पे 0 करेगा, यस नो ऐसा करके देगा। समझा? इसके लिए वो क्या करेगा पता है, ये ऐसे जो होता है ना, ऐसे सिचुएशन में वो यस एंड नो करके एक ही एक ही फीचर को कितने ऑप्शंस है ना, जब यहाँ पे ऑप्शंस मेल एंड फीमेल है, तो उतना वो डिवाइड करेगा मेल एंड फीमेल में। समझा? सो जेंडर मेल और जेंडर फीमेल करके देगा, हाउ मेनी ऑप्शंस आर देयर ना, वैसा करके वो बताएगा। अभी ये मेल है, ये फीमेल है, वैसा। तो एक ही कॉलम को 2 3 कर देगा। दैट इज कॉल्ड गेट डमीज। इट इज डन वेरी इजीली बाय गेट डमीज। You get it? Okay. Abhi what is happening here? Here also you see. Here also you see. There is an gender wala column. There is an senior citizen wala column. Senior citizen will be 0101. It's okay. Now there is partner. Yes or no. Dependence. Yes or no again. ये जो रहता है अभी नंबर्स को नहीं देखेगा, वो नंबर्स को नहीं देखेगा, सिर्फ ये वाला कैटेगरीज को देखेगा। ऐसा कैटेगरीज जो रहता है ना, ऐसा नो, नो सर्विस, नो फोन सर्विस, और डीएसएल है क्या, 500, इट्स अ कैटेगरी को। मे बी इन दैट सेशन, मशीन ये डेटा साइंस मशीन सेशन में ये सब बताया दे रहेगा। आई विल जस्ट एक्सप्लेन इट अगेन। सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इट हियर कि ये जो कस्टमर आईडी है इसको रिमूव करना है, और ये जो है इसको डमी में फॉर्म करना है, डमी फॉर्म करना है। और लास्ट में जो है ना, ये चर्न डेटा सेट को भी रिमूव करना है, रिमूव करके वाई में डाल देना है। दैट इज नीडेड, राइट? रिमूव करके वाई में डालना है और इसको ये सबको एक्स में डालना है। ये करेंगे हम अभी इन द कोड। ओके, सो फर्स्ट वी विल ड्रॉप, वो वाई का हम लोग ड्रॉप करेंगे, क्योंकि हम लोग ये वाई में डालने वाले हैं अभी। ओके, वो डेटा सेट का वाई, वाई जो पार्ट है चर्न, वो वाई में डालेंगे एंड यहाँ पे एक्स से ड्रॉप करेंगे। I already explained why I am removing the customer ID. अभी ये छोड़ के जो भी कुछ कैटेगरिकल बचा है उसका गेट द मिस कर दो। यहाँ पे भी देखो, इंडिया, इजराइल, यूएस। अभी इंडिया, यूएस, इजराइल करके 3 कॉलम बनाएगा। आफ्टरवर्ड्स इट विल जस्ट असाइन 1 to those which it is indicating. अभी इंडिया को इंडिकेट कर रहा है, so I will put 1 and others को 0. Okay, ऐसा करेगा। Okay, this is done. ये done हुआ। अभी क्या करेगा, आई विल जस्ट सी क्या चल रहा है। अभी जेंडर जो था मेल फीमेल में, इट विल कन्वर्ट इनटू जेंडर फीमेल एंड जेंडर मेल। ओके, पार्टनर यस और नो पे था, तो पार्टनर यस, पार्टनर नो। सीनियर सिटीजन को 0 and 1 में ही रखा, क्योंकि इट इज ऑलरेडी देयर इन 0 and 1। ओके, अभी ये ट्रेन टेस्ट स्प्लिट डेटा यू नो राइट, ये है उसका क्वेश्चन बैंक, वो क्वेश्चन बैंक का आंसर है। ये है क्वेश्चन बैंक। ओके, और ये क्वेश्चन बैंक का आंसर है। ये है क्वेश्चन पेपर जो एग्जाम में आएगा, इसका सोल्यूशन पेपर। उसको हम लोग स्प्लिट किया, अलग अलग किया, एंड क्या किया, यू नो, ये टेस्ट डेटा सेट 0.2 क्यों लिखा है यहाँ पे, you already know explaining that question again, but I will explain it. ये टेस्ट डेटा तो है, टेस्ट साइज जो है ना, ये 20% है। if I'm putting 0.2 then it's 20%, if I'm putting 0.1 it is 10%। तो जो टेस्ट डेटा है ना, टेस्ट डेटा ये ट्रेन है, ये टेस्ट है। ओके, अगर ये पूरा डेटा सेट में अगर मैं 20% लूँ ना तो ट्रेन कितना बचेगा 80%. बट हियर आई जस्ट वांट टू मेंशन टेस्ट का साइज, तो 20% लेना है तो 0.2. ओके, अगर 100% लेना है तो 1.0, लेकिन हम लोग नहीं लेते हैं, हम लोग हमेशा 80-20 पे रेशियो में जाते हैं. ट्रेनिंग 80% और टेस्टिंग 20%. ओके, ऐसा. हम क्या हो रहे हैं, just run this file. ये कुछ नहीं है, it is just like ये हम लोग ये जस्ट देख रहा है वाइट ट्रेन का क्या सीरीज है, क्या चल रहा है, तो ऐसा मतलब ये इंडेक्स में 0 दिखा रहा है. ओके. एंड ऑल्सो मुझे एक बताना था कि चर्न में ना इट वाज यस और नो ना, यस और नो में था, हम लोग उसको 1 and 0 में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं. सी, ये यस और नो में था राइट, ये चर्न. अभी हम लोग इसको पा रहे हैं इन व्हाट कंडीशन, ये हम लोग चर्न का गया, चर्न एक्चुअली आई गेस इट गॉट हिडन समवेयर. चर्न ना हम लोग 1 and 0 में करते हैं, 1 and 0 में. For example, here देखो in this code ना, in this particular code it actually written churn अगर yes रहा ना so keep it 1 or else 0. अब ये yes no रहेगा ना, so हम लोग ने कन्वर्ट किया इस कोड से 1 0 1 0. ओके, ऐसा कन्वर्ट किया हम लोग ने, and that's why it is showing. पहले ये नहीं दिखाता था, पहले yes और no ही रहता था. Now I am just importing TensorFlow से हम लोग ले रहे हैं sequential low data dense accuracy score. अब sequential मतलब क्या है? Sequential मतलब क्या? We are actually building a neural network ना. एक neural network build कर रहे हैं. Neural network कैसे build होता है? It's a network of layers. एक के बाद एक. So that is sequential. हम लोग एक मॉडल पे sequential बना रहे हैं, हम लोग को sequence है भैया ऐसा. और हम लोग लोड करेंगे इसको, वो भी हम लोग मॉडल से ही इंपोर्ट करेंगे. dense, what is means by dense? Dense is nothing. Dense is just an hidden layer. हम कहते हैं ना hidden layers, जो हम लोग लेयर बनाने का 2 dense. It will add units, 32 units, 62 units. तो वो dense से हम लोग ऐड करेंगे. dense मतलब dense कर देना किसी चीज से, यूनिट से dense कर देना, ऐसे ऐसे कर रहा था ना, ये that is dense. अभी there is what? Accuracy score. Accuracy score हम लोग को ये भी पता भी चलना चाहिए ना, अगर वो पास है कि फेल है, तो हम लोग भी ये sklearn के लाइब्रेरी से ही लेंगे. ये रन करना है, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा इस पर. अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे, एक मॉडल बनाएंगे खुद से. अभी मॉडल कैसे बनाएंगे ना, पहले एक मॉडल को असाइन करके लिखेंगे सीक्वेंशियल, हम लोग ने बताया सीक्वेंशियल रहेगा करके, सो सीक्वेंशियल. देन वी आर एडिंग द लेयर्स, वी आर हियर एडिंग द लेयर्स. द फर्स्ट लेयर इज ऑलवेज इनपुट लेयर, और हम लोग एक एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन यूज करेंगे. एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन इन केस, एक्टिवेशन क्या होता है ना, अगर देखो एवरी आंसर ही राइट्स ना, मॉडल राइट्स ना, वो प्रोबेबिलिटी रहता है 0.1 0.01 0.05. इसको ना वो एक्टिवेशन में कन्वर्ट करके ना रिजल्ट देगा. हाँ ये कैट है, नहीं ये भी कैट है, ये भी कैट है, ये तो ज्यादा देगा तो इट विल से डॉग. ऐसा वो एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन जो है ना, वो उसका ये ले रहा है वापस से, वो इसका मैट्रिक है, जस्ट वांट टू डिसाइड कि उसका आउटपुट क्या होने वाला है. ठीक है ऐसा. So there is a lot of activation function like ReLU, like sigmoid. I will explain one by one. Units are 32, units are 64 और लास्ट में ये 1 ही होगा, क्योंकि why? वो एक ही यूनिट आएगा राइट, where it is yes or no. अभी के लिए ये yes or no है, that's why. Even this we will run. Okay. Now I will go with अब कौन सा लॉस फंक्शन रहेगा इसका? लॉस फंक्शन मतलब क्या? लॉस फंक्शन मीन्स अगेन, अगर इसने कुछ मिस्टेक किया, टेस्ट कुछ इसने मिस्टेक किया ट्रेनिंग करते टाइम पे, ट्रेनिंग करते टाइम पे इफ ही डिड एनी मिस्टेक, ओके, इसने कुछ मिस्टेक किया तो लॉस फंक्शन क्या करेगा? वो बताएगा कि कितना मिस्टेक हुआ। अगर उसने 0.1 लिखा या आंसर इसका 0.2 था तो उसका लॉस फंक्शन कितना हुआ? 0.1। तो ऐसा वो फंक्शन रहता है, कितना कम हुआ, कितना मतलब हाउ मच बिहाइंड फ्रॉम एक्चुअल वैल्यू से कितना बिहाइंड है, मतलब ऐसा कितना डिफरेंस है, वो लॉस फंक्शन। अभी बाइनरी क्रॉस एंट्रोपी क्यों ले रहे हैं? बिकॉज देयर इज ओनली टू ऑप्शंस, राइट? यस और नो, that's why we are using binary cross entropy. Optimizer in sense what? Optimizer मतलब वही लॉस फंक्शन को यूज करके कि उसे कौन सा डायरेक्शन में जाना है आगे, कौन सा डायरेक्शन में जाना है आगे, इट विल एक्सप्लेन, इट विल एक्चुअली गाइड द मॉडल। उसके लिए हम लोग यहाँ पे stochastic gradient descent ले रहे हैं। stochastic gradient descent क्यों ले रहे हैं? Because we don't need that much। stochastic gradient descent is good, यूज करने के लिए अच्छा है stochastic gradient descent। इट्स अ गुड ऑप्टिमाइजर, मतलब वो हमको बताएगा कि कहाँ पे एक्यूरेसी ज़्यादा है, कैसे जाना है। ओके, आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट इन डिटेल व्हेन वी हैव सम ऐसे लेक्चर्स, उसमें तभी बता सकते हैं प्रॉपर्ली। ओके, नाउ इट विल ट्रेन, अभी ये ट्रेन करेगा डेटा। ट्रेन इन सेंस ये जो है, ये क्वेश्चन बैंक है ना, ये एक्स ट्रेन, वो वाई ट्रेन, वो दोनों वो लर्न करेगा, ये क्वेश्चन आंसर रटा मारेगा, वापस देखेगा, टेस्ट लेगा, रीटेस्ट, रिवीजन करेगा। रिवीजन करते हैं मतलब इपॉक्स करेगा, वो 200 रिवीजन करेगा वो। यहाँ पे देखो 1 200 2 200, मतलब वो उतना रिवीजन करेगा बार 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 बार, क्योंकि उसका रिटेंसिव पावर अच्छा होना चाहिए ना। अभी 73% से 77 उसका एक्चुअल एक्यूरेसी हो गया, और लॉस भी कम, उसने मिस्टेक कम किया और राइट बहुत ज्यादा किया। देखो डिफरेंस देख रहे हो, फिफ्थ रिवीजन में अच्छा आ रहा है उसका, समझा? और इट इज अ बैच थिंग ऑल्सो, बैच साइज मतलब 32 साइज का बैच में वो पढ़ाई कर रहा है, मतलब एक बुक से वो 32 पेजेस एट वंस का ले रहा है पढ़ाई, एक दिन के लिए, एक रिवीजन के लिए, वैसा। ओके, अभी हम लोग थोड़ा एक पे पहुंच सकते, 78 तक पहुंचे हम लोग। नहीं है what we are doing, we just want to stop the kernel, we kernel stop किया, then to stop। अभी कीबोर्ड इंटरप्ट करके आएगा, you have to stop the data running, the keyboard interrupt करके आएगा because we have interrupted। अभी क्या होगा अभी ये मॉडल पढ़ाई किया, अभी एग्जाम टाइम है, एग्जाम टाइम में उसको मिला अपना क्वेश्चन पेपर मिला एक्स टेस्ट, और ये क्वेश्चन पेपर को उसने उसका आंसर रहेगा वाई हैट में, उसका आंसर रहेगा वाई हैट में। भी वाई हैट में वो प्रोबेबिलिटी लिखता है, इसका आंसर इतना है, इसमें ये एक्चुअली प्रोबेबिलिटी है, इसको हम लोग को कन्वर्ट करना है एक्चुअल आंसर में। ओके, वो आंसर कैसा रहेगा थ्रेशोल्ड 0.5 रखेंगे, अगर 0.5 से कम रहा तो वो 0 रहेगा, और 0.5 से ज्यादा रहा इन केस दिस तो ये 1 रहेगा, तो 0 0 0, समझा? वो उसमें हम लोग कन्वर्ट करते हैं, कन्वर्ट करने के बाद इसको वाई हैट का नाम देते हैं। ओके, ये इसका आंसर है, ये इसका आंसर है। ओके, ये आंसर ऐसे देने के बाद ये जो प्रोबेबिलिटी था ऐसा, वो इसको प्रॉपर आंसर 0 एंड 1 में कन्वर्ट किया हम लोग ने। ठीक है, अभी हम लोग वो एक्यूरेसी देखेंगे। अभी वो टीचर जो है ना, वो अपना सॉल्यूशन सेट निकालेगा और अपना वाई हैट जो उसने लिखा है वो आंसर निकालेगा, सामने सामने रखेगा और उसका चेक करेगा कितना स्कोर आया इसका, 79%। ओके, अभी यही मॉडल को हम लोग सेव करेंगे, मॉडल आई थिंक सेव हो गया। ओके, so now we will begin with OpenCV। OpenCV से हम लोग begin करते हैं. TensorFlow का basics is done. This much we was needed to proceed with the project session. Okay, let's start with the OpenCV. Now we will, you may have, we have already visited the TensorFlow. Now we will begin with OpenCV, right? So we are clicking the OpenCV at that time. We are opening OpenCV Basics. Okay, let's begin. So first, let me, if I need it, I need my pen. Okay, good to go. Okay, so first, OpenCV, we are already installed. If you need to install, then you can install. Then we will import the CV2. Okay, now we will call OpenCV as CV2 version 2 actually, so it's OpenCV2. Also, there is a Matplotlib which is used for visualization. Now we will use visualization. In the previous session, I guess Neha already explained, right, that project one. So in that Matplotlib was used. Now we will use Matplotlib on image. And afterwards, actually from Matplotlib, we are actually importing pipeplot, and henceforth we are calling it PLT. Okay. Now, first we will do running in this cell. Okay. It will take some time, but okay to do. Okay, done. Now, what is this connecting to your webcam? You have your webcam already in your laptop, or maybe in PC you have to externally attach that. But it's okay. But you might be, you will be having a webcam, right? So how to activate it? By using the CV2 library, we are actually calling video capture. This number can be 0, can be 1, can be 2, can be any. You have to check. Now first check with 0 if it is running fine. Later if the webcam is opening, then 0 is fine, or else if it is not, then change the number to 1 or 2 or something else. Okay. Now what is going to happen is it will connect. This video capture will connect first. Already written. It is going to connect. Now what will happen? This cap will actually read. Now what will we read? It will get a frame now. Get a frame from our webcam. So what will happen, you know? If photo I guess you know that one light will come on your webcam, then it will take a frame. It will take a picture. Okay, and it will be stored in frame. So what is this return? Return is just a Boolean value. True or false? What true or false? Whether captured happened or not happened. True or false? Whether you have captured the frame, then true. If it is not, there was some problem, then false. Just there is no other function of this return here. Okay, just we have to work with frame now. Let's see whether it is able to capture the image. Okay, let's run. Okay, listen. Acha, I didn't use this. No, I want to run this first. And afterwards, this. Okay. I guess it's two. Now we'll print. Yeah, it is doing print return. Okay, the image had been taken. Okay, there is a. This is see. I need to explain this first. Every image, no, every image CB2 takes. Okay, it is actually converted into an array of numbers. Okay, actually array of numbers denotes the pixels. Each and every pixels it takes. So this is actually one pixel. Okay, that way. Now let us start with showing the image. So what happens, you know, the CV2 is taking image in the form of BGR, not RGB. BGR, in the form of BGR it takes. So what happens, you know, if I'm doing BGR, it's not the normal frame which we get. It's little slightly different. What we see as an image in any image, it's actually RGB, red, green, blue. But here the CVT is actually converting, actually taking the image in the form of BGR. Now I will show you what is the difference between BGR and RGB. Okay. Clear the canvas. Okay, see what you see in the first picture is BGR. See, it is quite different, right? RGB is what we see, has a normal normal eye. What is it? Normal human eye, naked eye. What we say, it's what we see, it's in RGB format, which is first is red layer, then is green, then is blue. But the CV2 actually takes in BGR format. So that we have to convert it first, BGR to RGB, if in order to see what the image is. So the thing is, PLT matplotlib is actually doing the thing, taking that frame itself, and by using CV2 package, we are actually converting it to BGR to RGB. Okay, this is the code actually, and it will show that. Let's see. Okay, this is the frame which I want to take another one. There is some issue. Sometimes it webcam doesn't work properly. Okay, now it is good. So this is the image you might also get in your case also. This cap release will what you do, the webcam which has a light now, it will release. It will go off. Means the video capture thing which was connected here, it will release that. Matlab, it will release, the connection is ended. Now here I'm actually saving my image. Okay, so what is same it is like from CV2 we are taking video capture, connecting the video webcam, then this will read where this will read, actually this will actually take the picture. Okay, it will be saved in frame, and afterwards this is RT. This we have to write, but there is no use afterwards. Okay, afterwards CV2, that frame will be converted and be saved in has a webcam photo. Webcam photo is here itself in the previous folder which you are working. Afterwards, release that connection. Okay, after running this function, if you are taking that function again, okay, for 1 second it will take a frame. Now let's check whether it is coming. Yeah. Okay, again I will take it. It's not coming from. It's just a 1 frame, no? So that's why the frame actually is coming that way. No problem. Okay, now rendering in real time. Now this was just one frame, right? But I need a real time, like it should be how we see in a camera. So if you type in camera, this way I need. It is not should be a single frame. It should be a sequence of frame. No, that thing I'm going to do. Yeah, the same thing will happen. It is nothing, but it is connecting. CV2 is connecting with the video capture, and afterwards we are running a while loop, and that while loop is like till that time the connection is on, so it will take the image. Okay, it will take the image from here. It will take and it will be saved in frame. Afterwards the same thing here. What is this my anything we can write here actually. What is it? It's just the name of the frame which we get. If I'm writing here webcam, at that time what would happen? Let's see. If I'm running this, here it is written webcam. You can see on the top of that camera frame, you can see that. Okay, if I need to close it by pressing the Q button here. Okay, see, this thing is written for terminating the video feed. Terminating the video feed. What I've written is stop until Q is pressed. Q keys. Q means what? Our keyboard wala Q button. Q key. Okay, that we have to press Q. Q has been hit or not. Okay, until and unless Q is not hidden, it will be there. If you are pressing Q, it will go. That's all for OpenCV Basics. It was very basic, but okay, that is must be known before we are heading towards the project session. Okay, so let's begin with action detection for signed resume. There is project work here. Click that. You can read through this document. Actually wrote it. When you can actually go for further to put it on your resume. At that time, this might be needed for you for information. Okay. So let's go begin with the Python version. Now, sometimes I need a camera. So first I will go proceed with Python. Okay, so we will check what is the Python version. Actually, in reality, I most recommend this version itself. Okay, 3.6.13. This is the most recommended because in sometimes some people do install 3.8, 3.9, but there is some issue later on because we have installed some of the specific packages of TensorFlow and Keras. At that time, there might be some conflict, and while training, you might get the error. So that's the way we have to reduce it first, and we will just go with 3.6.13. Okay, just run this. It will show you which version you are using. Later, we are just importing CV2, NumPy, OS, Matplotlib, Time, MediaPipe. Okay, I already talked about MediaPipe, right? CV2 is our OpenCV. NumPy, why we are using ArrayWala package? Because images are being stored in array. Okay, so that's why we need to work with arrays. That's why we are importing NumPy. OS in sense we need because we need to join the we need for folder creation. So at that time we need this OS, and for Matplotlib as usual we need to do the visualizations, and also time in case there is a thing which comes in a project session. While we are doing the real-time action detection, at that time we need some pause. Okay, so that's why we are importing time so that we can give the whole training procedure a little bit pause. We are actually taking on videos to be rendered, so that's why we need a time. So that's why this thing will be explained later. Okay, and this is MediaPipe. MediaPipe is nothing. I had already I didn't told this here, right? MediaPipe. If you visit MediaPipe, it's actually an API which is used already. You know, the Instagram, we have all those filters around. These are actually being made with the help of MediaPipe itself. Okay. So there is face detection, there is face mesh. Face mesh is nothing but, you know, this will be used. You see this? This is actually used while doing the filter all thing. You know, that dog wala, cat, the tongue which it comes out in Snapchat. Okay, this is actually being used a lot. Also, the iris, our eye, you know, black part or a brown part which you have, even that it detects. Hands also. The hands is it will take all the fragments and joints of every niche and eye. This is very useful in our project session. Okay. Also, there is pose. Pose is this, you know, you can see this. Okay. Every joint, the knee, ankle, or elbow, shoulder. Okay, this everything comes under MediaPipe pose. But we are using here holistic. Holistic is a combination of all, which one? The pose, the face, and also the hand. Three of them also comes under this holistic. So we are using holistic. Okay. So you can just check out the MediaPipe. It's a cool tool which we can use. So we are running this. Afterwards, this is something you must have been noted in this session, but still I'm just repeating myself. MediaPipe actually utilizes pose, face, and hand. Okay, landmark, which I said. So here, if I'm saying, you know, in face, how many connections do they have? Means how many landmarks it's put. In face itself, it is 468 landmarks. Okay, 468 landmarks, including your eyes, your nose, your lips, and your eyebrow and everything. Your this thing, okay, the complete face structure. It comes under face. Here, this is the pose. Pose in sense. Pose in sense. The shoulder, the eyes and everything. Even this comes, it's as in a pose, no? You also make little action through your faces, so even that is calculated. So here there are 32, sorry, it's 33 because it starts from 0, right? So 33 landmarks for pose. Okay, there are 33 landmarks for pose. Now we have landmarks for hand also. Hand we have 21. Each for each hand there are 21. So right hand and left hand pakad ke we have 42. Okay. This thing is needed to be known. That's why I actually said it. Okay, so what we are doing here is first we will ask holistic and drawing utils to come under MP holistic and MP drawing. This is just the model which we want to use in later on in our project. Okay, we just run this. CV to convert, CV to convert, CV to convert. Why we are using this? This is important, right? Because CV2 only accepts BGR, but we want to work with RGB images. So we have to convert it. Okay. So now here what is going on? This is the MediaPipe detection model which we are making. Now it will take the image, also the holistic model. Afterwards, we are passing on to the arguments. What will happen is this image will be first converted from BGR to RGB. Okay. Then afterwards, for processing, for making it process, it should be writable. It should not be writable. Very sorry. The image itself for processing, for processing first, it should not be writable. It should not be writable. So that's why we are keeping it false. Okay. Afterwards, we are keeping this. What is this? We are processing the model itself and we are storing it to the results. Then afterwards, we are converting it into true, writable. It can be writable now. Now what we'll do, the first we had actually, what we did, we had just converted BGR into RGB, right? Then now after processing and all, we will keep under it. We will keep under BGR only. Okay. Now next, we will run this. Okay. Now what is this draw landmarks? Draw landmarks is nothing by using that drawing utils which we had, right? That utils we will use. Now it the holistic thing I actually tracked all the landmarks. Now the drawing will actually track all the landmarks which we already did. The landmarks which includes hand, pose, and face. Okay, so that is done by drawing utils. So that's why we have imported that and we are using it now. Okay, see the holistic, true holistic face connection, right hand, left hand. These holistics are being drawn now using MP Pro. Okay, just run this again. Now, what is this styled landmarks? Nothing. It's just I'm doing styling for each and every face, pose, and hand. So the color for face I have kept for green. For pose, it is dark magenta color like this. And also there is hand and left hand and right hand. For left hand, I actually use fluorescent pink, and right hand is very hot dark violet, also purple or something color. So that's where we can actually separate, differentiate between the two hands. Okay, just for visualizing. Now what is this? What is this? This is nothing but it is our capturing the thing which we did in OpenCV, right? So the same thing, it is building a connection using video capture. Afterwards, we will have a while loop. It until and unless we press Q, it at that time only it will get stopped, or it will not stop. Also, with the holistic model we are using, we are actually making taking two functions also. The function means minimum detection confidence and minimum tracking confidence. The how we are tracking the to the video capture and all, it is determined by this too. So if you are taking 0.1, 1.0 or something, that means you are very strict with your detection confidence, and that may be affecting your accuracy while you are doing the training part. So that's why I kept it very lenient, like 0.5. It will work fine. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Now I'm just running it. What it does is, right, if I'm taking, if the video feed comes, it will not come very ordinarily. It will actually include MediaPipe detection, that model which we have. It will actually track our eyes, our nose, our mouth, and everything which it captures through the camera. Okay, you can see that. And also I did styling so that left hand and right hand also gets a different color to differentiate. Also have used this is, this is just the name of the window feed, and this is until you press Q, the code will be run. Okay, so you can see in the taskbar, you can see this green faces. This is dark magenta color. Also you can see the hand also. This is in hot. This is in the magenta color, which is in there in my menu bar. That color it is dark magenta, and this is fluorescent pink. So you can actually differentiate between this is left and this is right. Okay, so this is the points which is there. Okay, this the points which is needed. I will explain why it is needed, why it is done so. Okay, I will press Q. Okay, so this is done, right? It is getting, again, you can see the face, everything it tracks very properly. This is my hand, even when it is visible, at that time even that it gets tracked. Okay. Now, later. This is just the output which it comes with. Now, this is the landmass which I have used. It will be a plain, it is not styling or something. It is just plain green and red everything. And it consists of 468 landmass, as you remember. Now what we do is, we are extracting the key points now. Now, for example, if I'm taking an image, here the image is of a person, right? It is taking, now I'm taking an image, and here it will show all the landmarks. Now this landmarks has some value, which is X, Y, and Z. Okay, X, Y, and Z. What is X, Y, and Z? They are coordinates, you all know, right? These are actually the key points which you need to extract from that image. Now what will happen is, we have pose, face, and hand. For this two, we have XYZ, XYZ. But in pose, along with XYZ, we have visibility also. It is there. Okay, we'll be explaining that later. Okay, this much you need to understand. So here, when I'm going to extract it, what will happen? We just have to, here it is just showing how many landmarks we have. For face, we have 468, and for pose, we have 33. Okay, now what is here is happening? In pose itself, we are taking X, Y, Z, and visibility. Those coordinates we are taking and we are putting it in pose. Okay, you get it? Now in next, what we need to do is, sometimes in a frame, we only see few, like in my case, okay, in my case, when I'm opening the camera here, I'm able to see only this, right? Only this part. Actually, there is a lot more behind, like legs and all. My hands now, it is down. It is not visible in frame. So those key points are not recorded, right? That should not be recorded. It should be recorded through 0. Okay, recording to 0. So that thing we are doing in this code. You get it? So what we are going to do is how many key points we have. Now, for example, this is pose. Pose has 33 lines. Okay, pose has 33 lines. But we have X, Y, Z, and visibility. So there are 4, right? 4 features. So 33 into 4 equals to 132, right? So that is coming here. NP zeros. Okay, how many zeros we put? 132 zeros we put for pose mask which is not visible. Okay, and what happens here is, which is this one? This is face. Face is 468, and also it has XYZ, which is 3. Now how it will do? 1404. Okay, 1404. So that only we are putting here. It is 21 into 3 because XYZ. Okay, no visibility. So only 3 are there. So XYZ for left hand, right hand, respective. Okay, this is how we will do. Okay, you get it? Now, this is the one part which I want to say. Every image is taken, right? It is actually getting flattened. We have to flatten it. Or else what will happen? It can't be computed. It should be flattened. Every array should be flattened. So afterwards it can be what we say computed, which I said in the first presentation itself. Okay, what it is happening here is it is just concatenating all those pose, face, LH, RH we did, right? We are calculated that it's just concatenate. We are doing it in, we are just concatenating in the list itself. Okay, we are just running this. Now it is extracting those key points which we had from here. The results which we got, no, these results, it actually gets concatenated here. And here we are taking the extract key points. Key points means what? The same thing, XYZ and visibility. Okay, we are just trying to do that, and we are seeing it. So this is the numpy file which we have. Okay, it will be stored here in our interface. Okay, you can see this. Okay, this is setup folders. Now what happens, you know, in setup folders means we are actually in our project, we are creating 3 actions. One is hello, other one is okay, and next is namaste. Okay, these 3 actions we are taking it together. Now what happens is we have to create data for each and every action. You have to create a data in each and every action. So what data is it? It is 30 videos of each. 30 videos of each. Okay. Here also in OK thing also 30 videos of each. 30 videos of each, and each video will comprises of 30 frames. You get it? Okay, this thing we need to make. So for that we are actually creating the folder which has a capacity of holding 30 videos. Okay, now see. Here I am using OS to make a folder for MP data. Now here you can actually see in previous thing there is MP data, and you can see this. Okay. Now here also, if it is not created, then just create, or else if it is there, then just replace it. Okay, it says that way. And here we are actually mentioning how many the number of actions which we are doing. Okay, it's hello, okay, namaste. So those are the actions. The sequence is the videos, number of videos we are doing for one folder. So we are doing 30 videos now. Also, videos ka frame, every videos ka frame would be 30 frames. Even that we have to mention. And also there is folder start. Now each and every after 30 videos the folder should change. So first the hello thing will happen. After 30 videos it will go next jump to okay. Again it will complete 30 videos again. You get it? that we have to do. We just have to run it. Okay, run this also. Even that means the same. Now what will happen? We are just going to train our videos. Okay, doing that. But I need to explain what we actually are going to do. Now there are three. I need to. Now there are three actions we have performed. Right. The first one is hello, hello. So we are doing this way. Hello. Okay. Second one is okay. So I'm doing the thumbs up. Right. And third one is namaste. Okay, namaste. Now what happens is you will get a window where we have to make ourselves do the actions. So the first one will come is hello. So it will be showing that 0 to 29, the number will be happening. At the same moment, there will be the action also. Now the first one is hello. So hello will be coming like for 0 to 29 times. Directly next to hello, there will be okay. So you will see that word okay, and you have to do this. Okay, this step. It will be taking 30 videos. Okay, including 0 to 29 it will take. Okay, afterwards we have to do namaste. Okay, namaste thing. Even this is same. You have to take 0 to 29. Means the videos length is 30 videos. It will take that way. Then afterwards, the training will stop and we can train the model using LSTM. Right? So let's see. This is nothing. It's just capturing, establishing the connection. Afterwards, it's using the holistic model. Every sequence, every frame number, it is taking the frame here. It is taking the frame. Also, we are using the MediaPipe detection model, which we use holistic. That will be applied to the results. Also, the landmarks, the style one we are using. These are just, this starting collection is a little pause which we get between switching to the next video. Okay, I will explain now doing that. Now let's start with it. The first thing is coming hello. So I'm doing hello here. Okay. This is number one. This was the first one. This is the second one. Okay. Two. This will take a lot of time, guys. Just be patient. The result will be wonderful. So take a right hand only and do the training. Okay. Don't switch your hands. I may increase the speed also. This is taking a lot of time. 14. Okay. Now see 29, last one. Now there is come okay. So I'm doing a thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up. It should be properly visible. Okay, it's clear, clear, okay. I'm doing like this. It will take a lot of time. $29. This is the last. Then next is namaste. Doing this. last 23. Okay, you have to release the cap, the connection which we have. Afterwards, we will try to make train the data. Now I have used here trains test split or also two categorical. We need categorical data sometimes. Sometimes we have the numerical data, right? Sometimes 0, 1, 2. So we have to make it categorical so that we can work with the project very well while we are training. Categorical only we need. Okay, so that's why we need to convert anything to categorical. So that's why we are using categorical, importing categorical from Tensorflow. Now also we have used train test split. Just that thing. Now what is this? This is just we are enumerating actions. Now what actions we have only? Hello, okay, and namaste, right? So those actions we are giving a number 0, 1, 2. So that thing we are trying to do here. Okay. See, when you are doing this now, just run it. The numbers are you are getting is hello 0, okay is 1, and namaste is 2. Here they are just that numpy we are doing the file, right? So those we are doing, we are actually adjointing it in this MP data. Now here MP data we have several numpy files. Okay, so that we are going to do. The sequences they explain later. Now this is what you want to see. What is happening here, in this first 30 lines, it's actually indicating hello. How it is shown, this way. First 30 lines are 100. Okay, why? It is actually comprising of hello outputs. Now here it is 1010, which is okay. And next is 001, which is namaste. The next 30 lines. Okay, you get it? Now doing that, we go see. This is what we need to know again. We are converting our data into train and test, right? So only 5% is given to test. Other 95% is given for training. You can know by this number. 0.05 is nothing but 5%. So 5% only we are giving for testing, else all for training. Okay. Just run this. That is just a shape. Now we are just importing some of the libraries which we need. Sequential LSTM dense. Okay, dense it is building those units. LSTM I will explain now. Sequential is we are building a model which is sequential. That's why we are importing sequential model. Just run it. Even this run. Logs are like for a particular time, how many accuracy you had. Everything is kept in a account type of book. So it is called logs. Here, what is happening? We are building a model of LSTM. So let me explain what is LSTM. I am using LSTM. Other also there, no? CNN, RNN. We have several other neural networks. So why we are using only LSTM? We have RNN, CNN. Why we are only using LSTM? RNN has a defect, has a short-term, okay, or a con or something. Okay, you can say disadvantage. What the disadvantage is? Because it has short-term memory. It can't remember a long sequence. It can't remember. Though the videos are a long sequence of frames, right? Our videos, in our case, they are a long sequence of frames. So how the way RNN can store the information, because it has short-term memory. So we are using long, short-term memory neural network. Okay, this is excellent. This is excellent for training. Okay, also it needs less data, and also less time for training. Also, it don't take much time. Okay. So 30 videos each for each action is best. Only in 30 videos an action is getting classified, means detected, recognized. That is the thing very good about LSTM. Okay, so the thing you want to remember is LSTM takes less time and also takes less data. This process of this process of training is very fast compared to other neural networks. Okay, now we will just go from step by step how it is made. Now we are using ReLU activation function. We have seen functions like sigmoid, right? So what is ReLU activation function? It looks like this. It looks like this. It is nothing. Okay, it's nothing but when the numbers are in negative, so the output would be 0. When the numbers are in positive, the output would be in linear unit. Okay, so that's why it is called rectilinear linear unit. In detail, if you want, you can actually ask for a session. Okay, it will go over very longer if I start explaining that. So that activation we are using, it's a very good activation function. Also written sequences which we need, because it's a we if you want in detail we can ask it, but for instance we can just know it's a video type sequences data, so that's why the sequences need to be returned for back propagation. So that's the thing we can you can know about this. Okay, so you when you want to know more regarding that, then we can just press shift and tab wherever you want to know more about it. Okay, so see, the first line is only input layer. Okay, the last line is output layer. So why I'm using softmax? Softmax activation function is used when there are more than two categories. More than two categories. Okay, and the first one we have used actually, which activation function we have used, some binary cross entropy. No, that was a loss function. We have actually used because there was only binary, means there were only two classes. Okay, here we have more than two classes, which is three classes. Hello, okay, and namaste, right? So that's why we are using softmax. And also we are using here loss function as categorical cross entropy. There we have used binary cross entropy because only two classes. Here also categorical accuracy for metrics. Optimizer also Adam. Adam is a very nice optimizer which you can ever heard of. Also in the previous Charanwala data set, we had SGD. SGD, stochastic gradient descent, is better. It is good, but Adam is much more better than the stochastic. Okay. So we will run this. Okay, now we will start to train our data. We are training it for 1,000 and 10,000. But the thing is, if you want, then you we can actually interrupt the thing if we see the good amount of accuracy. Then let's see. Okay, 34, 44. Okay, 61, directly 94. Nice. It will take little time to get a start 100%. See, I have already told. LSTM will take a lot of less time for data. Now it is coming 37. Now in few time, it will come to a good number. Even we have to check for loss. Loss should be also less. 67. 67. 64. 87. Okay, 91. 88. 92. 98. 96. 4. 5. 7. 100. 100. 98. 100. 100. 98. Okay, we are getting 100 now. It should be proper. It should be proper. It should be standing. 100 is coming. Sometimes it goes slow, but okay, we can see manage. Sorry. Loss also it is negligible, 0, right? Let's go with this. Wow, the categorical is 1. Now we can stop it, okay? Even it is coming in 10 raised to minus. Okay, so we can stop it by using here. We can stop this kernel so that it will give keyboard interrupt. This is just a summary of the sequential thing. Okay, if I'm putting OK, the answer, see what is happening. Now this test, now that model is giving a test, the training is done, now it is giving the test, okay? So the answer he wrote is in result. If the result answer for question number 3 he wrote okay, then the solution which is which the teacher is having in question number 3 is also okay. So that's why it can see that he is already matching the answers, okay? So that way we can do. Now we are using confusion matrix. I need to let you know what is confusion matrix, okay? So what is confusion matrix, you say, no? It is nothing, but it's a way of measuring an accuracy. It's a way of measuring an accuracy. For suppose if I have hello word, okay? Hello word has a action, okay? Action mean. But and also the result maybe he also wrote hello, so that thing when happens, no, the answer is hello and he also wrote hello, that whole sequences, that whole question will become under true positive, okay? But okay, I will explain this. If it is not hello and also he didn't answer hello, it is like it is, if he said also it is not hello, then it comes under true negative, okay? If it is not hello but still he wrote hello, then it is false positive. If he had wrote hello but it is not hello, then it is false negative, okay? So the best part, best accuracy you can see is here. If it is positive, if it is hello, then he had wrote hello. If it is not hello, then he had written not hello. So if you see these numbers are much more than what is there here, then you can actually predict that the model is going great, okay, is doing great. So sometimes here you can see that it's 0 and 0, but here you see 5 or something else, a greater number. So by which you can know that model is doing great, okay? So now I'm just importing that thing. Now he is writing the answer, right? Now this test, the X by X test, the question paper, is actually writing the answer in Y hat. Now this is just showing how well he does. So I am running this. Okay, I didn't run this one. Okay, I'm just running this. I'm just running the confusion matrix. Now you can see that there is a good number of okay, there is a good accuracy, right? See, there is a good accuracy. What you see here, the false positive and false negative are 0 and the rest 2 are positive numbers. So here you can actually know. The accuracy also comes 100%. Now let's see. Let's see this is just a SciPy for formality, just imported. This is the colors. Now what happens? Let's see in real time how it is working, okay? I'm putting my hands closed. This is Namaste. Very good. I'm putting hello. Hello. Okay. This you're putting like okay. Yeah, it is doing great, right? I'm doing again. Hello. Okay. Hello. This is hello. That was Namaste. Hello. Okay. I'm doing this again. Okay. The thing is, the model is very working very fine. Just press Q and that's it. We can have the model also ready with us here. Model is already ready. This is the model. So you can actually save it somewhere. You can actually integrate in some project also. Whether the project is ended, if you like it, please like this video and all. If you want some more projects like this project which we have, please let me know in comment section. Okay. Thank you.